You know, is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and this weekend I'll be taking part in a major, very important rally. We want men to simply man up against domestic violence. And joining me now is the organizer of this event, MoShay LaRen, and Robert Carter is also here from the group Menergy. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you so much for having us.
So I'm going to play some video of something that happened over the weekend. I think the whole country knows about the Adrian Peterson situation, his 2-year-old son, even though he didn't know the boy very well at all, there he is. His 2-year-old son, by a woman, was killed by this woman's boyfriend.
Yes.
The boyfriend was so upset with this woman, they got into a domestic violence situation. And this guy kills the 2-year-old boy. Mm-hmm. It's just another case that it's 2 or 3 times a week. Chanel and I have to do stories about domestic violence happening here in our area too, the Delaware Valley. We somehow need to put a stop to it. And that's what this rally is all about. And thank you for putting it together.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, what I realized in my advocacy against domestic violence is that we have to approach it on both sides of the equation. And while we talk and try to reaffirm and heal the women, we need to also talk to the men. And one of the things that statistically shows with victims of abuse is quick involvement. Back to the Adrian Peterson case, most victims of abuse who move fast through a relationship, less than 6 months, they're engaged, they're living together. Studies show that they tend to become victims of abuse, and that's similar to what we're seeing in the Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, maybe we can find the part in the video where we actually show the perpetrator here is 27 years old. His last name is Patterson. What is your organization about? How are you trying to help?
Menergy is primarily a counseling program for men who are committed to end abusive behavior in their intimate relationships, primarily with women. So we are a program that only take men who are willing to do this work, who have committed to lessen their abusive behavior. So Adrian Peterson case, that's a very extreme case, not the gentleman who killed his son, but on a more broader scale, I think intimate partner abuse and violence is much more prevalent than we may even let on.
And not only physical, that's your extreme right, but also mental, verbal abuse. So let's talk about this rally. Man up. It's time for us guys to man up. We're going to meet you over there at 3 o'clock at Love Park, right?
Yes, yes.
Who else is going to be there?
Oh, gosh. So you're going to be there.
Yes.
You're going to be hosting it along with Hot 107.9's Q Deasy. Senator Anthony Hardy Williams will be there. Councilman Curtis Jones and Kenyatta Johnson. We pretty much called on the leaders of our community to stand up and to engage their network of influence to stand up against domestic violence.
Because, Steve, it's going to have to take men, us guys, to stop this, because we're the ones perpetrating all of this. True?
Yeah.
In most cases.
In most cases, that is true. I was on the L one day, and I heard 2 gentlemen talking, and one of them said he had to deal with his partner in a very physical way. And I listened to this pause, and the guy said, well, you just have to sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Now, if that guy had said something different, wow, man, you shouldn't have done that. That's really hard.
That's right.
That matters.
Us guys got to start taking care of each other and straightening this out. So we're all going to be there 3 to 6 at Love Park this Saturday. Then a week from now, the women are going to have their event and talk about what they can do about it. That would be the same time?
The 26th at the Freedom Theater. It's Voices of Domestic Violence, Dance, Music, and Monologues. It's a 90-minute theatrical production that pretty much shows you what it's like to live with abuse from different perspectives. From the abuser's perspective, the children who bear witness to it, the family and friends who are on the outside of the abusive home. How do you handle? How do you deal with that? So it takes you through that, and I use the art form. I use dance, music, and theater to get this message across, because sometimes just talking about it, it doesn't affect the people, or it doesn't drive home the messages.
We would like to dedicate both these rallies to the late E. Stephen Collins.
Absolutely.
Because it was he was set to lead this rally and Saturday. I thank you for having me step in.
Thank you. Thank you for
We'll see you out there. Love Park, 6 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Thank you both.
Loaded with meaning. Thank you guys for coming in this morning. 8:36 now. This movie is getting so much buzz. Captain Phillips.